Ten from 10. He does protection.
Wait. I'll be joining again.
Nice bug.
Nice.
Exposed. Oh my god. That looks pretty creepy.
No, now we're seeing it again. Wait. Alright.
Okay.
Okay, is it working? Maybe you guys can just tell if the audio is fine, so I can just turn it down if you...
Edit.
Elliot, can you tell me if the audio is good?
For the stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. It doesn't really seem to be working for me, the stream, but I'll try and see if I can get it working. Yeah, the stream itself doesn't want to play. I can see the chat, but stream won't open.
I guess would be pretty good if you can make Elliot still a bit louder.
Yeah.
TeamSpeak. Or you know how to do that?
What? Elliot
turn-
louder? Yeah, I can
yeah.
do that. Should be louder now.
Cool.
Don't want to make it too loud though. But...
Nice. All right.
Gotta do one thing.
So yeah, if you guys have any questions right now, just leave them in the chat, and I'll answer as much as I can. And in a little bit, we'll be moving on to our next segment, which will be talking about the tank classes talents.
I think we should first go, as we chose the spotter now, we should maybe first go with the spotter talents. I guess.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Great. Well, he gave me adrenaline, so... Well, fail aim, wait. Don't kill me, no!
Someone's asking if we can see the map at nighttime. Not right now. We do have like a second version of the server right now, which is more or less ready, but we just have to get it working and proper to upload. Which
Next
we
stream
quite
you
done
can even see the snow version, maybe, that will be cool, I guess. And yeah.
Will the night version be available on the next stream?
We can do that. Maybe we can do a poll for you to vote what you want to see better, like if you like the night version or the snow version more, and people can just decide. Alright. Yeah. Alright, should I just...
I spawned inside of the flag.
Show the talents?
Yeah, I guess we can move on now.
Alright, let me check one thing.
Okay, so guys, for the next little while until it's done, we will be showing off the spotter's talents and talk in detail about what the spotter does, how the spotter talents, how they work, and how they work in game, and what sort of gameplay applications they have. And we for this amount of time, will not be responding to questions in the chat unless they are directly related to what we're doing on screen.
Alright, so Elliot, do you want to moderate, or should I, or?
Moderate the chat? Or what?
No, I mean now, like the presentation of the talents.
Well, so if you just do it on me, I can be your test dummy.
Okay, so where are you?
I am by the resident flag over
Resident flag.
near. Hold on. I think I'm by the watermill.
Let's meet at near the watermill. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
coming. I'm coming.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. Oops, sorry.
Oh, I just died.
Someone asks if we can mute the RPG sounds.
Yeah.
So I guess everyone has to stop shooting with RPGs, right?
So, oh, Elliot is there. All right.
What's your name? Paul.
My name.
Yeah.
I'm Hyber. I'm in front of you.
Ever. Yeah, I thought so.
Okay,
so
okay. So are
I'll
you?
swap faction real quick.
So we can start with medic, I guess. It's just like a
Right.
medicinal pack actually, and you get like teammates in your radius get health, of course. So I can activate it. I don't know if Elliot has like any life left, but
I'm missing a little bit.
okay. So yeah, now he should be healed. You can't see his screen, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
I
kind
gained
of
some health.
yeah. He gained some health. That's kind of the first talent. Then we have on the 5 here revive. It's basically if somebody is laying on the ground and he just died, and you activate this talent in this radius that you're seeing here, he is going to be revived. Yeah. So that's revive. If you have any, yeah, no. No, that's not the time for questions. We'll answer them later. Next thing is shockwave. It would be good to have an enemy here to show it. Is there anybody?
Chris should be joining in a second so that we can shockwave him away.
Yeah, give me a second.
Alright.
And
I can
be
actually
able to
do the
show
next
them
one
the-
while we wait for Chris. So
Yeah,
on
just
the
go on.
number 8 there's ignition. That's kind of you see it here, flames coming out of your SMG. And if I shoot at somebody, there's an enemy here, but he's going to be burned and he's going to lose health over time.
Mhm.
Same time.
Yeah, we can
yeah?
show that as soon as we have Chris to show the burning and ice
can do
effects
that.
on it.
So then same thing for ice. And the fun thing is that actually if you shoot somebody who's iced, you'll stop being iced, it will just be nothing. So it's kind of like erasing itself. So burning versus ice, ice versus burning, and if you shoot somebody that has nothing, he's going to be either burned or iced.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about this talent is that if say I, as a resident, shoot a wicked with burning bullets, and then one of his teammates uses ice bullets on him, as in shoots his own teammate who's burning with ice bullets, it will cancel the negative effect on his teammate, meaning that spotters can counter other spotters by saving their teammates from the burning or freezing effects. And also, as a spotter, if I shoot an opponent with ignition and then very quickly shoot him with ice bullets, that will cancel the effect of the ignition, which is not a very good idea since you wouldn't be getting all the value you can out of your ignition talent.
Right. Next thing is like a general purpose talent, which is basically for every class. So you will just gain life over over a certain amount of time. And that will be like always a certain amount, like 5, 5,
User
5.
left your channel.
So it's not like a whole lot of health on one in one amount, but rather over time, yeah. So now we have enemies here. We can show shockwave, I guess.
User joined your channel.
Is there? Wait. Maybe there.
Chris, you available?
Juggle.
For the...
I can blast juggle.
Yeah.
Right. So.
I'm on the way.
Wow, my fail aim. So yeah, that was Shockwave, and as we've showed in last stream already, Shockwave is stackable, so you can just use 2 or 3
Who's
Shockwave.
shooting me? Bitch, go away.
I don't know. Like you can use several
Actually,
and
you could just
multiply
use
them.
me. I switched teams. Oh, never mind.
Or you maybe, or might turn your volume on the boxes on the a little bit lower on the
Lower.
yeah,
Alright.
lower, because it's like sounding into your microphone. You have to turn up names.
So what is being said in the Twitch chat?
I haven't really noticed much.
The gameplay looks laggy to you because it's streamed, so
So next thing, as we have showed all the abilities or the talents, I can switch to the free cam and maybe just show you. He's dancing again, and maybe just show you the map a little bit. So
Yeah. Someone's asking if the thief and the sniper will be available in the alpha, and yes, they will. They're sort of still work in progress as far as implementing.
hopefully
all
they
the
will, but
things.
we're not sure if they will. But we're really working
Really?
hard to bring you those 2 classes as well. But if
Right.
there's anything that we can like see in advance, then like any issue coming up, then maybe they will be there, but maybe not all talents, or so not all factions will work. But we're trying to get it working. Definitely the spotter and the tank will be there.
Yes. Matthew is asking if with the RG League, if it'll be 5v6, 5v5, or 6v6, and if there will be any character limits, like 1 tank and 2 spotters, or could it be a full team of any character? I guess this isn't really something that we've thought about yet, in that this is something we have to look at a lot when competitive gameplay comes into question as far as testing goes. Which is something obviously we haven't really been able to test yet, because we haven't been able to create a makeshift competitive environment without a large player base. Once we have that, i.e. during the alpha, we'll be able to do a lot of like balance checks and really figure out whether or not we want to limit characters, whether or not we want to play around with the idea of team sizes, if we want to make like hard limits, like only like 2 of every character, or only 3 of every character, or make it a bit flexible, maybe map dependent. All these things are things that we still have to decide once we have the proper environment to test.
I guess the area around the map is also like there's not much, but I guess there's also like some environments placed.
We're also being asked, will there be any closed competitive seasons to test? We plan to have some form of competitive environment as like a very, very like brief test style environment in early alpha, where we will try and test these things and try and figure out as much as we can with that limited player base. By the way, if you guys want to be sure that your question is noticed, then tag it with
I'll be right
Outcast, like this, as I just wrote in the chat, because that's me, and then I will notice them. So if you tag them like that, then there's a larger chance of me noticing your questions and responding to them. Will there be any map inspired by Victory Village? No, not directly. We might take some inspiration from maps from Battlefield Heroes, as well as maps from other games, as we would any game. But there will not be anything directly created around Victory Village or anything made to resemble something like Victory Village.
But we are working on a map at the moment, which is smaller, more compact, and has like a really like there should be a really center where you can interact with buildings and where it's not so open and widespread like in the map we have now. So that will be similar to something like yeah, Victory Village maybe.
Mhm.
But it's not
That's a lot of
copied.
questions.
Yeah.
Are there limits on maps, like a warning when you leave the boundaries? Yes, there should be. Maybe not in very early alpha, but there should be. In theory, there is, yes. Can you reload without actually holding the gun? Like, the reload and then changing. Like, for example, like you couldn't be a FH. Will the reload still finish? I actually don't know this. You can? Like, do you
Yeah.
reload without holding the gun that you're reloading? Great.
Yeah, we're implementing
I'm glad
that.
about that.
Yes.
Can you give more information regarding the server system? I mean, well, I assume you're talking about owning a server and server admin and what a server admin can do. And this is something that there's been some debate about and that is still being figured out. Proper final information isn't something I can really give out now because it's not really been decided yet, but these are things that will be released in an official post where we really talk in depth about what the server admins will have access to and what they won't have access to, how long they'll have their server, based on if they can re-rent it. We're still talking with our providers and stuff to figure all this stuff out. So there's not really much more information I can give out as of right now, but that will come in the near future. Next, when will we have a donation page where we can donate with PayPal and stuff? Do you have any idea, Paul?
When the donation page
Or
will
Chris?
launch?
Yeah,
After Kickstarter.
after the Kickstarter. Great, that's
So
true.
it's almost ready technically, but we will wait until after Kickstarter. Yeah.
Cool. Next question is, will there be a pistol crosshair similar to the one featured in Battlefield Heroes? Once again, as with basically every aspect of this game, nothing will take direct inspiration from Battlefield Heroes almost any more than any other game, just because we don't have, like, as a game and as what we want to create, that doesn't create a bond to BFH that's any stronger than any other game that we would take inspiration from, other than the fact that it's just a very similar game to us conceptually. So we wouldn't design a crosshair with the intent of quote-unquote recreating the one in Battlefield Heroes. However, it's a clever design, the one that's used in Battlefield Heroes, and there's a good chance that something like that might be implemented at some point if we feel like there's a need for a slightly different pistol crosshair, that then we might add something like that simplifies it a bit. Will the character models be changed? Like, will the residents be more skinny? Once again, everything that you see is pre-alpha content, meaning that everything, literally everything, is subject to change. Meaning that, for example, character models are very, very likely going to change. We hear a lot of complaints about how, like, the characters, like the character models, like the residents and wickets, look too similar, and how the residents don't really fit like the idea that people have of what they should look like, or how the wickets, for example, aren't like skinny enough, and like how they aren't like fit enough, the residents, and all these things are things that might and very likely will change. So probably yes.
I can tell you and assure you we are working on new characters and they will look pretty awesome. So yeah.
Cool. Question: does the elevator on the map work? It does, doesn't it?
Well,
That's a no.
I think
a
it
no.
doesn't work. It's just
We focus
an
on
attraction.
important things. Well, we want to make it work later, but at the moment it's not working.
Question: will the keg, will the tank have a keg like in BFH? No.
No.
Probably not.
This
I
is
mean-
not a reskin, it's not a clone, it's
Exactly. This is not Battlefield Heroes. It's not Battlefield Heroes 2 either. If for some reason we thought it would be an interesting idea, or in the future we think it's an interesting idea to add some sort of thrown explosive to the tank's arsenal, that might be something that we would do, but it would not be because we want to take something out of Battlefield Heroes and add that. It'd just be because it would seem like a good idea. So no, we will not be adding a keg to the tank, an explosive keg. And do you need to zoom out after you shoot? I don't really understand what you mean by that. You zooming in and out isn't like necessary for anything. Just gives you slightly better accuracy.
I think he means the sniper.
Sniper.
Probably. Well, I don't know any other weapon that we have at the moment that's not like lets you zoom in. So
Yeah.
you
This
will
is
have.
sniper rifle.
Right. I mean, the sniper rifle, you have to zoom in to shoot, but you can stay zoomed in and shoot again until you have to reload.
Paul, you're joining as tank or?
Yeah, that's what I left the game, so because I thought we might want to show the tank talents, and
Yeah.
that would be cool, I guess.
Oh, nice. Recall bullet.
Might
Ooh, a
take
question.
another outfit.
If revive has already been activated and a player dies after that, will he revive? Yes, he will. Will there be a second way to get an alpha key with more payment options? Yes, it will be possible to get alpha keys on our own donation page, where you have different payment options. Will the game be available on Mac? Not on launch. We really want to make the game available on Mac and on Linux a few months to a year down the road, but this will not be possible right on launch. It'll only be available for Windows. Do you think the cartoon aspect will ruin the competitive scene? That's an interesting question, and I do not think so at all, because if you look at a game like Overwatch, Overwatch has had a fantastic competitive scene the past, especially a couple of months, and Overwatch is a very cartoony game. And my personal opinion is that I don't think that art and like aesthetics like this can really ruin a competitive scene for a game. I agree that it might be slightly more difficult to make it be taken seriously, but that's just about how the developers handle the game and PR and stuff. And so I think that our game has a lot of potential for really seeing a very positive and strong competitive scene, despite our cartoon look. Ooh, question.
I think the cartoon to make a statement here as well. I think the cartoon aspect is actually really interesting in combination with a competitive game, because you have like a lot of possibilities that you can do and a lot of things that you can implement, which would be strange in a like normal game, in a totally realistic game. So if basically also the talent. I mean the talents are really unrealistic, a part of them, and
yeah, that wouldn't work in a non-cartoon game.
that wouldn't work, and I think it would just make half of the fun. So
yeah. Another question is, could you show us what happens when a player stands behind the blockade and an enemy uses shockwave in front of the blockade?
yeah, of course, but we'll get to that in a second. But
yeah.
So first, I think we should show the talents. Yeah.
The screen is like not really. There's like a margin on the top and on the left side.
Oh, I can align that. 1 second. Sorry for that.
A question is, are you guys ever going to make an underground map, or have you ever thought about it? We really don't see any reason to limit what kinds of maps we might make. I think our map editor actually has, like our map creator has thought a little bit about that kind of thing, like some sort of an underground map, but I can't really say anything either way, whether we will or not. We see a long development time ahead of our game, and anything's possible as to what we come up with, map-wise, outfit-wise, everything.
I think they're wanting to see before we show the tank talents, they maybe want to see the field of view. So
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
change that
Anton
from.
just drop me a message on Skype. That,
Alright, so let's show that.
Here's a question. If you buy different weapons on different classes, will they cross over to those classes? Like if I have 2 resident tanks and I buy a weapon for one of the resident tanks, will the other resident tank also have that weapon? And I believe the answer is no.
Yeah, because
right?
our game is
You have
based
to buy
on the typical like MMORPG concept.
Yeah.
So every character is a unique character, has its name, has its stuff, and you can buy things for that specific character.
Progression.
Yeah, right.
So
1 second. I changed the FOV to I think it's 70 degrees now.
Okay.
And I'm going to change it to 80. So I can go up and like by 10, always by 10. So this is 80. Can walk around a bit. Then we have 90. Let me turn it up. 90. And I'll just turn it to the maximum, which is 100. But we're not sure if there will be any limitations because this kind of can look strange. So yeah, maybe we will change that so there is a lock. Maybe, but yeah.
I have another question here. How will different bunny ears be unlocked? Like the blue one is in the Kickstarter. What about the rest? This is a really interesting question, and honestly, we don't have many concrete plans for exactly how these kinds of things will be unlocked. But they go into the same category as other standard rare items in the game that they'll be unlocked through like maybe special
Well,
drops.
but there, of course, there are exclusive items like the blue bunny ears that are only sold on Kickstarter, right? So
Yes, specifically the blue bunny ears will only ever see
right.
like any way of being gotten on the Kickstarter. So no one will, if you get the bunny ears through the Kickstarter, the blue bunny ears, no one else will ever be able to get those unless they also donate it on the Kickstarter. We won't be selling those 1, 2, 5, 10 years down the road. Never.
Yes, right. That's
Because
completely
they're
correct.
exclusive. But the other bunny ears, other colors of bunny ears, might be sold like brown or red or green bunny ears. Maybe like released as rare items for other things, for forum events or contests or anything. Like I've said, the options are almost infinite. Do you think that EA will sue you guys for this? No, I do not. Will the store be usable in the alpha? Do you guys know? Because I don't actually. Hello?
Sorry,
Oh.
I was owning Yokkel. Anyway.
Nice. Do you know if the store will be available in the alpha?
The store. Hopefully it will, but we're not sure how many items will be in it, so of course the exclusive items will be there, so that you bought.
Yeah. Right. Will there be like emotions like emotes and like taunts, and will there be a kill cam in the game? There should be a kill cam. Actually, there is a kill cam now.
Yeah, there.
And there we already have like 1 or 2 taunts, and there will be a lot more in the future.
I'm seeing the question here. What is the average FPS? And if I play here, it feels silky smooth. I think it's about might be 90 FPS. That's what it feels like. Maybe 70, 80, 90. Between that, yeah. But I don't know for sure. I mean, you see it in 30 FPS, but it plays really good here.
Here's a question. When are you guys gonna give free keys away? We've done that in the past, and we might do a bit more of that, like once before the alpha, although I doubt it. But that
it will always
through,
depend on the I think the actions that we will get. Maybe something like Christmas, or I mean Christmas has been, but special events we'll see.
Yeah. Will you guys add the amount of health and the level beneath or next to the name of your team member? I guess so. Yeah, I mean, that should be something we'll add. We may make it so that only the spotter can see friendly like teammates' health, because that just seems like it would make sense. Although we might also not do that. That's one of these balance things that we need to decide. Level, I don't see why not. You'll probably be able to see your teammates' levels, maybe even your enemies' levels as well. If an enemy shoots, do you see it on the minimap? I don't actually think you do. Do you, Paul? Do you know?
I think not. No. But if you guys want that in the future, maybe we can implement that.
Yeah.
So if you're missing out on that, then yeah, of course, why not?
Will the spectate be available in ranked and normal games, or only in fun or free game modes? Because now they can give away positions. Right. This is a bit of a problem, and I don't think it'll be possible to join a game, start playing, and then instead of playing like in the middle of a match, go into the spectate mode.
No.
I think you'll have to join a game as a spectator, because that way spectating is possible, but which is good for tournaments because we need to be able to have spectators for tournaments, for live streams and stuff. But it will not ruin like the competitive aspects.
Yeah, so there will be like a delay on maybe like
Yeah.
10 seconds or I don't know, a minute. Yeah. So
Right.
you can't actually see the live position.
Will you donate? Will you get an alpha key when you donate on the second donation page? Yes, you will.
Yes.
If you donate enough.
Of course.
When will the closed alpha end approximately? I guess we don't really know, do we?
No, it's a testing phase
Yeah.
as well, and
Once we feel like we've tested things enough and gotten far enough to release something more open, that's when we'll do that. Will the suicide button be available in ranked games? That's actually an interesting question. Will it?
that's a good question. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We might
That's
just see
something
later.
we have to look at. That's something we have to talk about and figure out an answer to.
Would you like to see the suicide button in ranked games? I mean, I think it might. Anyway, we'll have a look at that later.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
how to get ammo? That's quite an interesting thing. So
Mhm.
there, he's attacking me. So there are certain talents. Can you please stop attacking me? So there are certain talents that will give you ammo, of course. Then also, if you cap a flag, then you will have an ammo box there, and you will get ammo over time if you stand by the flag. That's the other thing. So we have basically two ways of getting ammo. Yeah. And of course, it's really important. We made this because there there have to be enough tanks in the game, so everybody gets ammo from their tanks, because the tank is the only one that has the ability to give anybody ammo. So that's basically also a competitive aspect, that people have to choose between certain classes and those features. Yeah,
Question: will we be able to install mods in the game? I don't actually know much about this. Do you?
I think that's not the case in the beginning, because it's a multiplayer and it makes not that much sense to, yeah, I don't know.
What
to
about
mod
in
the
single
game.
player, like tutorial mode kind of thing?
Probably, I mean, the game files are there. If you, I don't know, if you're good to do that, then if you can do that, if you have the skills, then try.
I'm so far back in the chat. I'm 15 minutes back. Will motorcycles be added in the alpha? No,
Nope.
probably not. No vehicles.
There
will
was
be
a
in the
stretch
alpha.
goal. You had to reach it. You didn't. Not just kidding. No, not in the alpha, but later. It's this is my favorite vehicle that will definitely be implemented later.
Does revive work before and after players die? You can't use revive before a player is dead because you can't revive a player that's alive. But you can use the talent while your teammate is still alive, and then if they die while the talent is still up, like while the field is still on the battlefield, and then they die inside of that, they will get revived by the talent. So you can activate it before they die, and then they'll get revived, and you can also activate it after they're dead and like over them, and then they will also be revived. So yeah.
What are you guys working on the most at the moment? I mean, it's basically, we have different parts. So we have the art part, we have the coding part, marketing, of course, business. So they're all working parallel and not like one after another. So we're working on everything basically. So we're working on improving the map. We're working on a new map concept, which I talked about earlier. We're working on making the characters look better. We're working on the talents, we're working on the server side coding stuff, on the website, of course. So those are basically the main focuses at the moment.
Someone asks, Munchie, what can do? I assume you're talking about the shoulder pet. He can't do much, but he sits there and he's cute.
And he's cool. Yeah.
He's really cool.
Yeah.
He'll make you the coolest kid on the battlefield. But yeah.
Will this map have vehicles? If the vehicles are ready, then this map will probably have them, because it's quite large. So at least jeeps, planes not, because we don't have it like integrated in the map. But yeah, Jeeps.
Will PaySafe card be a payment option on our second donation page? Yes, it will.
Yes.
Basically, anything you can think of that a person can use to give money to another person will be an option on our donation page.
Yeah. So
We have a lot of options for the donation page, so there's like nobody that'll be left out. Hopefully, I would be amazed if someone could find a payment option that wasn't available. Someone's asking for the max possible FPS. I think it's unlimited. I mean, it's as high as your computer can run, right?
yeah. At the moment, that should be correct. Yeah.
Yeah. How many guns will there be? This is something that we'll be creating constantly. So, the later into the game cycle, the more guns there will be. I mean, like
Yeah, but and in the alpha there will be basically one gun for each gun class, so and faction of course. So like one Wicked and one Resident, MG, and yeah, same for snipers, knives, whatever. But later we will be adding more constantly, as Elliot said.
All right, this is an interesting question. The stretch goals that we didn't reach, will they still be implemented after the alpha, like at a later date? They will, right? Like these are all things that we want to
but it
implement later.
will really depend on the stretch goal. So like the time we will implement it will really depend on the stretch goal. So the really high ones, like female characters, that will take a time, and that will probably not be in the alpha, not be in the beta, so that will be in the full release, I guess. But smaller ones, of course, we might add them early as well. So in a foreseeable time, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but the interesting thing about this is that, in theory, every single stretch goal is something that will be added at some point. The thing is just how long it'll take us to add that. Also, about female characters, I do want to explain a little bit about why that's such a challenge, because a lot of people, including me at first, didn't or don't realize why that's so difficult. The reason that it's so difficult to add female player models is every time we release an outfit item or a cosmetic item, which is something we're going to be doing a lot because that's one of our big focuses in the game, it doubles the amount of points. Because if we have to make both a resident and a wicked outfit item, we have to make one model for each team right now. If we had female characters on both teams, we'd have to make 2 models for each team, meaning we'd have to create 4 models in total, which, as I said, essentially doubles the amount of work we need to do to create one outfit item, which means that this will require a lot of funding and a lot of resources to do, and that's why that's so high up. It's a difficult thing to create.
It's basically double the work, so it's not just duplicating and adding stuff to another model, but it's really new animations for every weapon, new outfits for like everything new, like a completely new faction actually.
Yeah. 2 completely new factions, in theory.
Yeah, true.
Are you going to do regular updates? Yes, we are. There will be regularly scheduled new. Well, maybe not very consistently, but we'll try to have some sort of consistency with it. And it'll be updates with a new map or a new outfit item, or like 3 new outfit items, or like a new set with like weapons and weapon skins and outfit items, or new taunts. There will be updates relatively often, hopefully, especially after like during closed and open beta. Maybe not as much the new concept stuff during the alpha. It'll be more like balance checks and like raw game mechanics, and actual content like outfit items and maps will be more on focus once everything's been smoothed out. Bugs and like large scale balance things. Once those are smoothed out, we'll move into beta stages and start doing those content releases.
Alright, shall we show the talents now? I guess we have answered a lot of questions. Later we will answer more, of course, but maybe we can just show off some. Yeah.
All right.
So
Okay,
when you
so
already
for the next
yeah.
for this talent segment, guys, we will not be answering any other questions. So hold on to your questions for when I let you know that we'll be answering more questions. After this talent segment is done for the tank talents, we will have like a 10 or 15 minutes of just fun time of where we'll be playing around with the wonky things that are possible in the engine right now. Stuff like our recoil bullets talent, which we'll talk about in a second, and traps and all that kind of stuff.
Alright, so let's start with the shield, the blockade.
Where are you? Because we can do this together.
Oh
I
yeah,
can be your
that's true.
test dummy.
I'm at the yellow wheat field.
The big one?
No, the smaller one.
Huh.
But I can go to the bridge. Let's meet at the bridge.
I'm on top of the watermill, which is, for some reason is possible.
Ah, where are you? Oh, I see.
Hold on, I'm dead because Leander's a bad person.
Oh my gosh. Leander. Gotta kill Danny here. Wow, my aim. Oh my god. But I got him.
Alright, so I'm be in the big field. I'll go on the other side by the watermill. Where are you right now?
I'm at the bridge. Stone bridge.
At the bridge. Alright, I'll come to the bridge.
Alright.
That sounds fine. I see you.
Alright, so we have yeah. So we have the blockade here. In the news update, we will show that in the next stream. The shield will always get spawned on the ground, so the rotation won't change, but the position will change. So yeah, so if you spawn it at a hill, for example, it will spawn in an upright 90 degrees position, but it will spawn on the ground, right?
Yes.
And you can't spawn it in the air anymore. So that's the first thing, and it has a certain amount of life, which increases if the talent level increases. I mean, maybe I can show that. Just switch faction for a second. So no, I can't. So that's the first one. Then we have adrenaline.
I can put one down for you and you can shoot that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. So you see, it's taking damage here, and I can shoot that down. It takes a while. Okay, it's gone. So this was blockade. Then what you just saw was adrenaline, but it already expired. So it has cooldown now, but it's refilling. Give it a second. Alright, so this one, you've seen this a lot. It's my favorite talent, I think, and it makes you faster. And you place that cool field here, and if your teammates walk in there, then they will also be faster, and they will get adrenaline as well. So that's it, yeah. Then you have on
basically
the
just a speed boost.
yeah. Then on the button 6, it's reducing the damage you get by enemies by percentage. So if a bullet, for example, makes a damage of 6, then it will just make a damage of 4. It's just an example, but and that percentage will be higher if you skill up the ability, of course. Then on the 7 we have meltdown, and what it does is basically it melts in all the explosives that are shot on you, and it will melt them down and will give you ammo for every explosive. So that's giving you ammo. That's one thing. Then
yeah, we can show these things off. Actually, I can come over to you and I'm on my way back. I just had some problems.
Wait, I'll just get some life with medicinal herb. So where are you?
Currently being killed because these scrubs don't know how to stop shooting. So yeah, if you I switch factions. So, if you use the 6 talent, the reduced damage talent,
I think. Oh
shit!
I didn't use it. It wasn't activated. But I'll just get over to you.
Yeah, come back to me, and we can show how much damage I deal to him when he's not using the talent, and then the difference when he starts using the talent.
I don't know if we can show that so well because you don't have like the direct match, but we can try.
Yeah, so without using the talent, you can.
Okay. Yeah, can that guy please
wake up?
Alright. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Thank you.
Thanks for that. So alright. I'll just activate it now.
Mhm.
It goes down a little bit slower.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that talent. And if you use Meltdown, I can show how the
Did you see that? It just
the
absorbed
explosives
it.
are absorbed.
Wow,
Amazing.
that's so
Science.
cool.
So what's next?
Next one is on 8 that gives you and it's basically a medic for ammunition. So you're giving your teammates and yourself in a certain radius ammunition.
Mhm.
So that's pretty easy. It's basic,
Very,
but
very
it's
useful,
really
very
important.
game-defining talent in that it's vital in game, in that you will need this to refresh your ammo when you don't have time to, as a team, go back and get ammo from your flag. You need this to be able to stay in the fight if you're doing a really big push, for example.
Then with this funny talent, which we'll show later a bit more, but this is it's actually throwing enemies back, so it's recall bullet. See. Actually, it's not finished, but it will be a bit weaker and not that strong,
Yeah.
but it makes it a lot of fun use.
Yeah, it's a bit too completely overpowered right now, but that's actually a good thing because it means it's really fun to use.
Yeah, so it will be still fun to use later in the alpha.
Yeah, we can show some of the crazy stuff to do with it right now. Like if you come over to me, I'm by the try and come up here and like stand right here for me.
Where are you?
I'm right over here. I'm shooting at you.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. So try and stand here and heal yourself up a bit.
All right. I'll just shoot there. Oh no, I have it.
Yeah, just try and stand there, and I'll shoot you. So that
Oh,
I
okay,
can show
okay.
people the insane things that can be done. Try and stand up on that rock.
Wait, I'll heal up a bit. 1 second.
Will anti-cheat be in the game? And which anti-cheat will be in the
Yes.
game? We're currently developing our own, and it should be very, very good. I have high hopes for that. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Wow, fuck, I'm dead. Okay,
So as you can see, you can be flung very far with this talent. It does some crazy stuff right now, and it's hilarious to watch, but would be a bit imbalanced in practice.
We'll be showing the next talent in a second, but the walkable menu map will not be implemented in the alpha. It's really it's crazy project, but that will be very cool, but not in the alpha. Yeah. So where's Elliot? So the next one is again just the basic talent, healing yourself, medicinal herb over time. You know, this is like some vital herbs for yourself. All right, that
Can
was
you show
it.
us how the chat works?
I think the chat is not here in this version.
Yeah.
But
Will the stretch goals? Oh, this is interesting. Will the stretch goals go to the second donation page? Because I have a feeling more people will pay there due to PayPal and PaySafe and stuff. Will the stretch goals continue? Do you know?
Officially, I mean, stretch goals, those are for Kickstarter, but we can transfer them, and if there's getting together a lot of money, then of course we can implement them faster. Yeah. So
Here's a question.
Would be something cool we could add.
Yeah. A question is, have you decided on how the sniper's weapon mechanics will work? For example, if you need to charge a shot or anything like that. We don't want to have, so far we don't want really to have a charged shot mechanic in the game. We'd rather just be scope in and shoot and deal the damage, and that, like, the disadvantage that would be provided by having to charge your shot could instead be provided by it being a challenge to scope in quick enough in a battle. Can we show how the chat works? No, as I answered, we can't, or as we talked about, we can't show the chat because it's not implemented right now. Do you plan to modify the speed of the rocket launcher because it
Yes.
seems a bit slow?
Yes.
Yes, we do, definitely. The rocket launcher is under heavy editing, and there's a lot of reworks to be done with that. Will you be able to see the current pledge amount on the secondary donation page? We should be able to.
yeah, we'll try to make that possible for you.
How will the ranked be determined? Will it use an ELO system? Very likely, yes. That's probably what we'll be using.
Yep.
We also have a question. Hold on.
Will it be on Nintendo Switch? I'm not sure. I think not. But Nintendo Switch, I've heard about it. I'm not sure, but I think it's a completely different platform, right? So it's unlike anything else.
Yeah. How many players will be on each team? This is an interesting thing that we've talked a lot about for the past like 3 years. So we're thinking that our standard like setup will be 8v8 or 6v6. But it's very possible that we'll have different maps and different servers and different, maybe even game modes that require different team sizes. We might have like a 3v3 game mode / map, and we might have a 16v16 map that's massive and has possibility for several fights going on at once with these huge teams and insane amounts of coordination across a bunch of people. And I think it's also really interesting to have these really tiny teams of 2, 3 people and really see how intensely you can work together when the communication can be so tight. So we have a lot of ideas as to making the teams massive and making the teams tiny on some maps and on some servers.
By the way, here's the in-game scoreboard. So you can see all the names here, you can see the factions, you can see the classes, you can see the level, and that's really useful if you just want to estimate how your enemy team is set up. So you can see here the abilities as well, so their talents and how they're skilled. At the moment we just set everything to 5 for you to show because it's just more fun, but yeah. So you can see all the talents here of every enemy, as I said. And the ping, which is quite good. It's 18 at the moment, 17, 18. And the missions in the bottom right corner, and you can see your own talents on the bottom left corner.
Yeah.
And each thing here is one ability talent point. So this is all on level 6. These are all on level 6. Yeah.
A question we got is, could you show the graphics in low, mid, high, and ultra graphic settings?
I
Can you show that
can
while I
I,
take
I can show you
questions?
that, but I have to tell you that it's not fully finished. So
Right.
lower graphics can get better. They probably won't be worse, but they can get better. But I can turn them down for a second. So this is custom here. I have anti-aliasing on. I can turn down. Wait, let me check that.
I'll take more questions while you show that. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. What will be the max level? 30 will be the highest level talent-wise, in that you won't progress your character much past level 30, and that will be where you can play competitive. The level cap, literal level cap, as it is right now, is 100. You won't be able to gain XP and level up past 100, but that should take a very long time.
And yeah, I wanted to say something, but I forgot. That was stupid.
Okay. We also had a question earlier if there will be a loser emote for Reven. Yes, definitely. We will implement that just for him. We need it.
Yeah, it's fitting. No, just
Yeah.
kidding.
Very fitting.
So yeah, this is the second highest graphic option, but it's everything turned on this second highest graphic option. But for example, you can just turn up shadow quality a bit higher, then it looks better. But yeah, I can, wait. I can turn down to the second lowest. So that's that here. Seeing this, it's not looking too bad. So, but it's giving you, of course, a boost of performance. And the lowest. This is basically mostly in the shadow quality. So what you're seeing that the shadows are a lot less detailed, and it's basically just a lot flatter, not so, yeah, vibrant.
Easy.
Yeah, crazy mazy. But I think you have to see the stream to understand what I mean. Yeah.
I see the stream.
We have another question here, which is, hold on a second. Does a player revive with full HP? No, a player revives with half HP. Right?
True. All right. Reven's mad now.
I'm just seeing the feedback that we should rather make KDA but not
Yeah.
KAD, but I think that's a good.
KDA, KD.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I think that's
Right.
yeah.
That's one of
the-
these things that like that's just how it looks now. That's not like these things are smaller scale things. Right now we're working on the big scale things to make sure that the game works and is good.
But of course, this is like a really small thing, and we can quickly change it.
Exactly.
So don't be.
Yeah,
I can change
this is
it in
not
the
something
next
that we need
update.
to.
Yeah.
This is not something we need to spend weeks of development work on to master. Like it's like just a simple text change.
Yeah.
Actually, we
right.
have to. No.
So maybe
Um,
Chris wants to talk a bit about himself. I don't know.
Yes, tell us about
Um,
you, Chris.
I just got a message from Reven that he
Oh.
wants to get the loser emote for free, since he said he's a loser.
Yeah, of
is.
course, that will be doable. No, just kidding. No,
Is that
that will
worth it,
cost
though?
him about 20 euros, please. So
Honestly, is that worth it? Like you get the loser mode for free, but for the entire community, you're known as that guy who was so much of a loser that the developers gave him an emote for free just for pity. Like that's sad.
no,
man.
no,
That's-
maybe he even has to like to buy it for 20 euro. But
yeah.
Reven, please give us 20 euro. No, just...
Yes. Do that. Will there be a rank system that shows all your kills, assists, wins, and such once the game is out? I don't know exactly what you mean. If you mean like stat tracking, like on your profile that you can see how many kills and assists and wins and such you've had like in your lifetime, yes, definitely. We'll have something that at least you yourself will see. Maybe it'll be public, maybe not. There's still some discussion that needs to be done about that. But yeah, you'll be able to see your lifetime kills and assists and deaths and wins and a bunch of other fascinating and entertaining statistics, like how many thieves you've shocked into a lake and crazy stuff like that. Because that's the fun. And you'll probably also be able to see averages, like average kills per match, average deaths per map, all that kind of stuff. But again, these are not things that will be coming out on launch, maybe not even at all, but things that we want to make at some point. Will there be a report button? We are very, very sure that we'll be able to have a report button during the
Yes.
alpha, because that's one of the biggest and most important factors to us is not having cheaters in our games. We do not want cheaters.
But bad boys.
They're
They're writing crazy stuff.
Will I be able to host my own server, or is it only private servers? Yes, you will be able to host your own server, and you'll be able to make your own rules and.
Whoa, wait! Don't confuse it with hosting your own server and hosting a server. So you
Right,
won't be able
right,
to
right.
host a server on your PC, but you will be able to host a server and then just customize it after your wishes.
Yeah, you won't be able to host a server from your own PC. Like you won't be able to host it from your internet, but you will be able to own a server that
Yeah,
is
host it somewhere
rented
else.
from one of our providers. And yeah, you can customize it as you want because you're paying for the server, so you get stuff. When will I get the email to choose my New Year pullover? Do you guys know about that?
Hmm?
When this guy is gonna get his
Definitely
email?
sometime before the alpha, but probably like
Mhm.
yeah, after Kickstarter of course. And Kickstarter has still some hours left, so go there
Yeah.
and if you
Yeah.
haven't.
Question: is level 100 comparable with General C from Battlefield Heroes?
I don't know,
I
it's just
would
the
say
highest
so.
level. It's not
Huh?
comparable to Battlefield Heroes, it's just the highest level. So
Well,
Yeah.
we have like.
Well, I mean, I
yeah.
think he means like as far as how long it's going to take and how much, like how
Oh,
much
okay.
time and how much effort it would take. And I would say probably it might not be as intense, but we might add like because there are other styles of progression, other styles of moving forward. In Battlefield Heroes, once you reached General C, that was it. You were done, other than just playing for fun. But in Renegade Line, there's always going to be competitive ranks that you can climb, and then the season refreshes and you can climb again. So it'll probably be slightly easier to achieve, but it will still be very, very, very difficult to achieve because we want to make it feel like a big achievement that you made it to level 100. So it'll take a lot of playing hours and a lot of time and a lot of effort. And it's not an account level; it's character level. Every single character has its own unique level, own unique outfit items, and unique weapons. So if you make 4 characters on your account, they all have 4 different levels.
and we have something very special set up if you get level 100. Yeah.
Yes. Can you show some rocket jumping with the RPG? Can you do
Yeah,
that a little bit?
of course, yeah.
Someone's asking about the max amount of talent points. We're still sort of figuring out how talents and talent leveling will work and that kind of stuff. So that's not really something I know much about or can say much about. Someone wants to see the Wicked character. If you could show a little bit of him.
Yeah, of course. Just give me a second. I'll also show show some rocket jumping, and then we'll head over to the wicket.
Yeah. Here's a question. A suggestion about reporting. If one player reports, there should be something like CS:GO where people can watch the whole gameplay and can vote on if the person is a hacker or not. There's something very similar to this that we have in mind as one of our several methods of catching cheaters, which is something more comparable to something called the community ban list, which was featured in Battlefield Heroes, which is a group of people who are chosen to review these videos and are hired to review these videos that don't necessarily work for us, but work for this extension of us, which will review these videos. And once something is reported, it'll be sent to this group of 10, 15, 20 people, and they will all review it and vote based on their own knowledge. So it won't be up to the community. So if like a hated player is put up, then a lot of people will vote no, but just because they don't like the player and then get him banned. That's a bad thing. So it'll be picked people that can do this.
Right.
How fluid is changing your character's appearance? Is it fixed like in BFH, or can clothes only be changed after a character is created? Can I create 8 characters to secure the names I like and not worry about their appearance? Yeah, pretty much. You can. You should be able to change like the things that are made during character creation, like a beard and hair and skin color, all that kind of stuff. You should be able to change that down the road. Obviously, the big factor about character appearance is not something that you pick during character creation. It's what outfit items you buy and how you make him look with that. Will there be any like heroic moment style things like headshot or airborne assault or any of those kinds of things? We'll probably have some sort of like system that's like more vast than just achievements. That's like impressive moments or things that you did, like definitely headshot, of course. But it won't be the same as in Battlefield Heroes. Isn't the shield supposed to be carried around? Yes, you can carry the shield around, and
I can
you
show
place
that.
it down when you want.
Here. Wait.
The problem is that when you carry around the shield, you can't shoot or anything.
Right. But yeah, I'm playing as a wicket now, so yeah. Have a look.
Will matchmaking be level or skill based? Mainly skill based, but as you know, as like to start off with that, we'll obviously be taking level as a very vague indicator of skill, and then work from that. Someone keeps asking, of how much people does a crew of a tank exist? I don't understand that question. What server providers will you work with? Do you guys have a list? Do you know?
What sort of what?
Server providers. Which ones?
I think Chris.
Yeah. For now, we will host the service during the alpha by ourselves. Because we will have like times where players won't be able to play, so servers won't like be up. Yeah. And later we will we already stay in contact with some server providers, but nothing is fixed yet. And later on we will have a list like on our website which server providers we got with Renegade Line servers.
Will you get rewards for reaching specific levels? Yeah, every time you level up, you should get something, at least in my opinion. And that's probably something that we will feature.
Well, you have like the you have the bar to hide the server IP still on the screen.
What do I have? Oh.
Will customs be expensive? Like, will customization be expensive? That depends on your definition of expensive. Our whole like philosophy of payment and money spending in games is consumer based and pro-consumer and pro-user, in that the users should feel rewarded for spending money and should feel happy for what they're buying. So in that case, Like in that sense, we do want to make the spender feel like, okay, I'm spending my money well in that I'm getting a lot for what I'm paying. I feel satisfied with what I'm getting, but to some degree, we can never really achieve that because as a player, you're always going to want a bit more and never really be satisfied with what you get. However, we can't make customization too cheap because that is the way we're going to make our money, since everything else is free to play, and in theory you don't need to ever spend any money to get an advantage over anyone ever, because you can't. So we can't like just basically be giving them away. It needs to be a certain amount that makes us some money. But our big focus is to make this game consumer friendly and to make the user feel like they should be spending money on this, as opposed to it's a waste of money.
How many questions we want to answer? Is it like that we maybe to pick out 3 more questions?
Yeah, we could do like 5 more minutes of questions, and then I guess we'll end the stream then.
Because the tickets run out. Players maybe also. From time to time.
Question: will the tournaments be only 8v8 for esports? As I said before about the maps and team sizes and stuff, this is something that might change depending on map to map. There might be some maps where tournaments will feature a 3v3 setup or like a 2v2 setup, and there might be maps in tournament settings where it will feature a 16v16 or even something as insane as like a 32v32, which would be incredible and probably very uncoordinated and likely only be an unranked game, since it could be kind of hard to make a professional scene out of 32 players in one team. It could be cool though. So these things will probably follow about what happens in unranked play, in that if we have a map where it's typically played as 3v3 or 5v5, then it'll be played like that in tournaments as well. And we're going to try to make all our maps tournament legible. Sort of like in Battlefield Heroes, there were only really like 2 or 3 maps that were played in tournaments, and that's not what we're looking for here. We kind of want all our maps to be viable, as well as all of our classes. Why is there shield around a capture point after it's captured? We think it's an interesting gameplay addition, making that once you secure a flag, you really control that spot. So if there's only one person left capturing the flag and they just barely get it and they're being overrun by like 2 or 3 other people, once they secure it, they feel like, okay, now I've really secured this. I have a shield around me to protect me, so they can take back the situation and wait for their friends to respawn, as opposed to being overrun immediately when they get it. How will clans work? You can recruit people to your clan as much as you want, and we'll try to really benefit clan leaders and people searching for clans in how our RG League will work, and how people will be able to apply for clans. And we're going to try and make the UI as easy and accessible as possible, so that everyone can play and get into a clan if they want, and get people in their clan if they want. Will the factions have voice? I assume you mean voice chat. Yes, we will have voice chat in the game, at least at some point, hopefully.
All right, so I'm at the moment in the free game, and I'm showing some outskirts. So yeah, maybe you want to have a look. It's really there's not much here, but yeah, maybe it's quite interesting to see. I don't know.
Will there be a play of the game ending scene? Probably not ripped out of our Overwatch in that sense. We might feature a notable moment that happened in the game after every game, but probably not. Again, that's one of those things where we're not. There's no game out there that we're going to take something directly from it and say, okay, we're just going to rip this unique idea out of this game and put it into ours. That's why we're not thinking of adding a play of the game scene, and that's why we're also not thinking of adding, for example, an explosive keg to the tank class, because these are just unoriginal ideas that have already been made, that are just obvious rips out of a game, which is not what we're going to do. We're going to be making our own game. Each team should have a different textured shield. That's actually really cool. That's a cool idea. We should see if we can get that done at some point, because it'd be cool to be able to see a difference between an enemy shield lying on the ground and a friendly shield. Like maybe give it a red tint or something, or even like a different texture.
Yeah, we have something planned. We have a concept for This is basically the Wicked shield, which you're seeing. So it's more of like the metal stuff, and the Resident one will be more of wood and a mix of wood and metal, but it will
Oh,
be
really cool.
looking really cool. So be tuned for that. Yeah.
Will there be servers where you won't score points, like those in BFH, the quote-unquote unranked servers in BFH? Probably. There will probably be like pure fun servers where stats aren't tracked. You can just do whatever the hell you want. Yeah, because our game focuses on fun, and that's a fun aspect. That's something that people had fun with in BFH, and something that people would have fun with here. So yeah, we'll probably feature that.
All right. So I would say we'll make like 3 more questions, and then we finish off.
Sure. Yeah, I'll take 3 more questions. Will the sniper and thief class get an even amount of XP as the tank and spotter? Because in BFH, it was pretty hard to get your sniper class to level 30 because you got less XP. Right, so that wasn't really because you got less XP like per shot or per damage. You got obviously the same amount of XP in BFH, but that's more because of how the gameplay suited less XP and more kill-death related styles. We'll try to balance how much XP is gained by the classes so that it isn't harder to get level 100 with some classes than others. It should be about as easy for all 4 classes. So this is something we'll look at and try to make sure that that doesn't happen, because it'd be annoying if everyone's running around with a tank and level 100 and no one could get their thief to level 100 because they main as thief, and they like it. They shouldn't have to do more work than anyone else to get their level 100 basically.
All right. 2 questions left.
Will the stats be reset for beta or for game release? Yes. There'll be a full account wipe. People will probably be able to keep their names and their characters, but levels will be reset, and all items and everything you've gained will be reset.
Of course, it's important to note here. This is not sure, but I mean, this is not sure that everything will be cleared, but you're definitely, and this is a sure thing, of course, will keep your clothing stuff that you have gotten on Kickstarter and that stuff, you know.
Of course, yes.
So all the pullovers, all the bunny ears, all the stuff that you have bought is of course on your account, no matter if it's alpha, beta, full game release. So all right, so don't worry about that. Yeah.
All right, so the last question here will be, will there be more gun varieties for each weapon, like long range and short range? And can you load out with something like double machine gun or double shotgun? And can you change to short range or long range? So yes, we will definitely have like machine guns that are more powerful in shorter ranges and machine guns that are more powerful in longer ranges, and you can take even two shorter range machine guns in at the same time if you want. We should be able to do that. Again, we'll only really probably have one machine gun and one shotgun and one pistol on launch of the alpha, because those are more specific things. We really just want to test the really, really broad concepts of how does the game work and how does a competitive match progress and what does it look like to win the game and to lose the game and why does that happen. These are really broad concepts that we want to look at the beginning, meaning there won't be a lot of, oh, I think I'll pick this weapon instead of this weapon because I'll be slightly more powerful in these ranges which I'm weak in. It'll be more broad things so we can really test things out and get to the later stages where we can go into these specifics. So
right.
Those are all our questions for today.
Yeah. So we'll stay tuned for the next stream. It'll be it'll yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much for coming out, everyone. This has been a really nice stream, and I hope you all enjoyed it. And we'll definitely be doing another stream very soon.
Definitely. Thank you for joining. Well, yeah, it was a lot of fun also to me, and yeah, let's repeat that. Hopefully at a sooner date. I don't know, like yeah. Okay. Then I'd say see you guys next time, and stay tuned for the news and for the secondary donation page. Bye bye.
Bye.